Revision on general knowledge. Geography. Revision on the geography of the world. Imaginary circles or lines on Earth parallel to the equator measured in degrees north and south of the equator are called latitudes. Imaginary lines running from north to south pole measured in degrees east and west of the Greenwich meridian are called longitudes. They are also called meridians. There are 360-degree lines of longitude divided up into 24 groups of 15 degrees each. An area of 15 degrees of longitudes is called a time zone and has its own local time. There are two kinds of time: local and standard time. Time recorded from the position of the midday sun, 12 o'clock noon, is known as local time. The local time of a particular place used all over the world is known as standard time. The standard time of the whole world is the GMT, Greenwich Meridian Time, or Universal Time. The Greenwich Meridian passes through two towns, namely Accra in Ghana and Greenwich in Britain. 15 degrees of longitude marks a difference in time of 1 hour. The Earth rotates from west to east. So places in the east will see the sun before places in the west. Longitudes are used to calculate local time. Lines of longitudes and latitudes are used to locate places on the Earth's surface. The international date line, which when crossed, a day is lost or gained, is longitude 180 degree. Longitudes and latitudes also help captains of ships and pilots of planes during their journeys. Longitudes and latitudes divide the world into major climate zones, namely North and South Tropical or Torrid Zone, with hottest climate; North and South Temperate Zone, with moderate climate; and the North and South Frigid Zone, cold deserts. The most important latitude is latitude 0 degree, which is the equator. The equator is also known as latitude 0 degree. A line that divides the world into two hemispheres or two parts is known as the equator. The Greenwich meridian is also known as longitude 0 degree. A large body of land fully or partially or completely surrounded by water is called a continent. Large bodies of salty water which surround the continents are called oceans. The most important and busiest ocean in the world is the Atlantic Ocean. The deepest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The largest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The coldest ocean is the Arctic Ocean. The largest continent of the world is Asia. The second largest continent is Africa. The smallest continent is Australia. The coldest continent is Greenland. The inhabitants of Greenland are called Eskimos. The largest island in world is Greenland. The highest mountain range in the world is the Himalayas. The highest mountain in the world is Mt. Everest in Naples, China. The Earth is usually referred to as the world. The world resembles a globe more than a world map. 29% of the Earth's surface is made up of land, while 71% is made up of water. Examples of hot deserts in the world are Sahara, Atacama, and Kalahari. The Sahara Desert is found in North Africa. The Atacama Desert is found in North America. The Kalahari Desert is found in South Africa. The hottest desert in the world is the Sahara Desert. The ship of the hot deserts is the camel. The coldest desert in the world is Northern Siberia. The ship of the cold desert is the reindeer. There are 5 oceans in the world, namely Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, and Antarctic Oceans. Large bodies of water partly enclosed by land are called seas. The largest sea in the world is the Mediterranean Sea. Large bodies of water completely surrounded by land are called lakes. A large body of land surrounded by water is called island. The largest lake in the world is called Caspian Sea. Revision on general knowledge. Geography. Revision on the geography of the world. The Earth makes 2 kinds of movement, namely Rotation and revolution. The movement of the Earth on its axis every 24 hours, that is 1 day, is known as rotation. The movement of the Earth round the Sun on its orbit every 365 1/4 days, that is 1 year, is called revolution. The Earth rotates on its axis. The Earth revolves on its orbits. Rotation of the Earth causes day and night, tides, and the raising of the Sun from the east and setting in the west. Revolution causes the dry and wet season in Africa and in Europe. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn, also known as fall in some countries. The solar system is made up of the Sun, the Moon, the stars, and the planets. Planets are spherical bodies that move round the Sun. The largest planet is Jupiter. The smallest, nearest, and hottest planet is Mercury. The Sun is the center of the solar or planetary system, and does not move. The Earth is the third planet from the Sun. The farthest planet from the Sun, Pluto. The only planet that supports life because it has oxygen and water is Earth. The satellite of the Earth is the Moon. The Moon has no light of its own, the Moon gets its light from the Sun. The Earth is spherical in shape resembling an egg. A collection of stars is called a galaxy. The name giving to the Earth and the 9 planet is the universe. The Sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. There are 9 planets in all, namely Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. The partial or complete blockage of light from the Sun by heavenly bodies is called an eclipse. When the Moon comes between the Sun and the Earth, thereby blocking sunlight from reaching the Earth, it is known as eclipse of the Sun or solar eclipse. What does the Moon do during a solar eclipse? The Moon casts a shadow onto Earth. A day is 24 hours. A long day has 13 hours of sunlight and 11 hours of darkness. Lands around the Arctic and Antarctic circles or around the North and South poles are called lands of the midnight sun. This is because during summer, the Sun remains shining for 24 hours a day or all day long. Summer solstice is when the Sun is overhead. The topic of Cancer. On the 21st of June every year. Winter solstice is when the Sun is overhead. The Tropic of Capricorn. On the 22nd of December. When the Earth comes between the Sun and the Moon, thereby blocking sunlight from reaching the Moon, this is known as eclipse of the Moon, or lunar eclipse. Periods of the year when the Sun is furthest from the equator are called solstices. There are 2 solstices, summer and winter solstices. Equal days and equal nights are called equinoxes. There are 2 kinds of equinoxes, namely spring equinox and autumnal equinox. We usually have equal day and night all over the world on March 21 and September 23. The capital of Britain is London. France is found in the continent of Europe. The capital of the USA is Washington, D.C. The main highlands in America are the Appalachian and the Rockies. The longest river in USA and second in the world is River Mississippi. The coldest place in the USA is Alaska. The motor car capital of the world is Detroit in America. The country that landed the first man, Neil Armstrong, on the Moon was USA. The tallest buildings in the world are found in New York called skyscrapers. The USA president lives in the White House. The largest country in Asia is India. The capital of India is New Delhi. The main river in India is River Ganges, also known as the Ganga. The rainiest place in the world is Cherrapunji in India. The only country in the world that cremates or burn dead bodies is India. The main religion in India is Hinduism. The capital of China is Beijing. The most thickly populated country in the world is China. The main religion in China is Buddhism. The largest river in China is River Shanghai. The capital of Russia is Moscow. The world's largest producer of coffee in the world is Brazil. The most mountainous country in the Europe is Switzerland. The temperate grassland of Argentina is called Pampas of Argentina. The temperate grassland of Canada and North America is called the Prairie of Canada or of North America. The temperate grassland of Russia is called the Steppes of Russia. Other temperate grasslands of the world are the Veldt of South Africa, the Downs of Australia, the Plains of Mongolia. Other tropical grasslands of the world are the Campos of Brazil, the Savannah of West Africa, the Sudan of East Africa, Llanos of South Africa, the Queensland of Australia, the Canterbury of New Zealand. There are two main forest regions in the world, namely tropical forest and coniferous forests. The Suez Canal links the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea. The Panama Canal in Central America links the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. This St. Lawrence Waterway links the Great Lake region of Central America to the Atlantic Ocean.